Hi, I'm Todd Wente, and this is the Daily 180 180 seconds of motivation and inspiration intended to help you take action and make progress in your life. This is episode 476 of the Daily 180, and today we're going to be continuing our either or series on substance or structure by talking a little bit more about substance. Over the last little while, during the pandemic of 2020, I'm sure that's what it's going to be known as, the great COVID pandemic of 2020, I have been doing a lot of walking. Prior to that, I did a lot of biking. And I have to admit, now that I'm getting into 2021 and we're starting to look at some springtime weather, I'm starting to get into a lot of biking as well. In addition to biking, I've been almost committed in a committed relationship with my rowing machine and with some exercise bands. Now, you may be wondering, Todd, why are you talking about all of this when you're supposed to be talking about substance? Well, because one of the things that I was talking about in our last video on the idea of substance versus structure is how we can sometimes see this show up in an exercise routine. And because that's easy to show, and because it matches one of the fundamental areas, one of the fundamental facets of life, I wanted to talk a little bit about how this either or, this substance over structure, might show up in the physical facet. I work out quite a lot. And not from a standpoint of being a little bit crazy, hours in the gym or anything like that. And not necessarily from a standpoint of being obsessive or compulsive about standing up at the middle of the day and saying, oh my gosh, I haven't got my 100 push-ups in. I just have a kind of a process, a substance that I work with. And that substance is a little bit of resistance, a little bit of cardio, and a little bit of flexibility on a regular basis. I find ways to sneak those things in, to put them in, to make sure that I'm hitting the substance at different times of the day. For instance, I have some stretches that I do that are connected to a yoga practice that I can do right here in my chair in my little small corner of my office area where I do these videos and a lot of my other work. I have also found that there are dip exercises, upper arm exercises that I can do right from my chair. I'd demonstrate some, but then you'd be looking at my belly button, and nobody wants to look at my belly button. I've also got a small exercise band that I have here in this very corner that I will pull out, and when I'm in a really boring meeting or when I've got a little bit of time between meetings, I'll use that and I'll do some upper body workout. And then I'll run over to the rowing machine, which is actually right behind this right here, and I'll hit the rowing machine for a high intensity interval training workout where I work on that for 10 to 15 minutes. That's the substance. Without that substance, very little is going to change. Next time, we'll talk about how the structure that I'm involved with might make the opportunity for that substance to be pushed forward or maybe thwarted in its own tracks. In the meantime, hit the bell, hit the button, be subscribed, send this to other people, especially people that you think might be able to benefit either from a little bit of talk about exercise or a little bit of talk about what we do here at the Daily 180 on a regular basis. And let's have them join the journey with us as we continue on. In the meantime, this has been the Daily 180. I am Todd Wente. Go forth and conquer. We'll see you next time.